right, Commiss Radio Show back again. As you know, we are running the drops, and the man that does all of the drops around here is right beside me. That would be Young Strip. Young Strip, how can they get in touch with you?
Easily go to Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, YoungStrip702. That's Young spelled correctly, Young. I know a lot of kids spell it a whole bunch of different ways, but it's YoungStrip702, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or Gmail, YoungStrip702@gmail.com.
Man, you telling your age now, man. You beginning to spell your name right when I first met you. You didn't spell it.
Right.
So, that's what it is. We'd like to send a shout out to all of those people who are listening in right now. Sylvia Lagos, I'm sorry.
Sylvia Lagos.
Lagos. Man, I'm mispronouncing names.
That's why I'm here.
That's why you're here. Sylvia, I'm sorry. Did it wrong. So now I'm going to let you read them all.
Now you're
now I'm putting you on the spot.
I think we got Park Board member Bobby Abtahi. Miguel Solis is listening. Who else? I'm going to need some stronger
Now,
glasses
see?
to read
Now,
this over
there
from
we
you.
go. Now, that's me.
Oh, Kebron Alexander.
Right. Mayor Ron Jensen of Grand Prairie.
We got TJ Walker.
Yep. It's Sadat Montgomery.
David King just joined
Yep.
us.
So we got Sadat Montgomery, the car wreck cowboy. We got him in. Roy the Robot Martin. Roy the Robot Martin, Olympian. Fast guy, man. Fast guy, Olympian. And speaking of Martins, I'd like to send a shout out to Harvey Martin's daughter. I believe I have one of the shirts that she made me as well, in which you guys can buy. But we will go ahead and let me see the shirt there. Yeah, there we go. You got it on this little hanger deal here. Pull it off here. Commiss Radio Show. Yep.
That's a nice shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah. Black crew neck, long sleeve shirt promoting the show.
That's
very
right.
good.
That's
Gold
what we
lettering.
do. We go black and gold. That's that alpha thing coming along. So, hey, what we got coming along is this campaign. Again, I would like to say thank you for coming on the show as well. You got your campaign literature out here, man. We said new kind of mayor for Dallas. Okay. And I'm reading it. This is the first time I read it. And I'm amazed at something right now. It says the son of 2 Vietnam veterans.
Yes, but both of my parents served in the military. They were both in the military for 9 years, and they were captains in the United States Air Force. Both of them, they were both stationed in Vietnam during the Vietnam War.
That's great. That's great. That just stood out. When I saw that, I was like, whoa.
Especially for women. Back then, there weren't many, as many today in the armed services, and in particular overseas during the war.
That's the past. And
That's the
it's a
past.
glorious past indeed, because it is set for you, because from their public service, giving to their country, you want to continue to give to your country by serving as mayor of Dallas. Why would you want to be mayor of Dallas?
It's such a great opportunity for the city of Dallas that we can reclaim the city for the people. We were talking about this before. With so much just the way we've done things before, the status quo in the city of Dallas has made too many decisions that I believe that the people don't want. We see that on a variety of issues when it comes to transparency and accountability. We see it on our neighborhoods, and we see it on when we look at what matters to the people of the city of Dallas, paying our first responders. We've seen that. I think the people of the city of Dallas want to see the Confederate monuments down. We want to see more money spent on our streets. These types of issues that are going to bring us together. Those are the issues that I'm making part of the campaign, and those are the issues that I'll work on as mayor of the city of Dallas.
Now, on the way from another campaign event from one of your competitors that was campaigning, I drove down Jefferson Boulevard. And as I was driving down Jefferson, the streets, they need to be repaired.
Absolutely.
How can we get these streets repaired? The
Well-
potholes, and it's like canyons in some of these.
It is, and you probably also see there's street crews working out on them all the time. Don't you see that when you drive through during the week? Repair crews supposedly fixing things. What we have here in the city of Dallas is we've got a bunch of contractors that have figured out how to game the system. And what they do is they know that to turn in the lowest bid, you'll get the contract. And we keep awarding the contracts to the same groups of contractors that bid low, and they do slow, bad work that we got to go back immediately a few weeks later and fix again. And that needs to change. We need to change it in a couple of ways. We need to change things by not solely looking at the bid. We need to look at the contractor's history. I see so many projects all over the city of Dallas where contractors aren't following safety measures. They're not responding to the neighborhood. The projects are going too slow. Afterwards, when you look at the quality of the work, it's bad. We need to rate the work that's done by our contractors. And also, as part of the contract with them, we need to say, contractors, you need to finish this work by a certain date. If you miss this date, there's going to be penalties, financial penalties. And that's the way we can get better contractors now. I can tell you, being on the city council for 8 years, working with these contractors, they completely got, many of them have the system rigged. And they just come in with a low bid, you know they're going to get the work, and they're going to jack the price up, change order after change order. And who pays for that? We end up paying for it financially as a city, and you pay for it with your car, hitting pothole after pothole time and time again that we can't seem to get fixed. And you pay for it with time. How many times are you stuck waiting for construction to finish, driving to work a project that should take 2 months? What does it turn into? 6 months.
How many minority, well, this, you wouldn't know personally, probably. It's not a trick question. We probably need to have more representation of minorities as contractors.
Oh, absolutely. And that should be what we take into account too. That and local. We need to show preference through our diversity program to have more minority contractors, and we need to show preference for local companies.
Now, how are we doing when we go to minority contractors?
We need to do much better. That's why right now we put out a study right now in the city of Dallas is to find out where we are in that in different areas, to find out where we need to do better. And we haven't updated the study in more than a decade. So I'm proud that the council is stepping up and doing it, and the city's going to do that, because that issue needs to be taken care of. We need to support our minority contractors, in particular our minority contractors from Dallas, Texas.
The pension fund.
Yes.
Let's talk about the pension fund. We lost a lot of policemen and firemen because we obviously the pension.
That's why right now we put out.
And have we done? Is that a dead issue?
No, it's not. We're still dealing with the consequences. We're really in a public safety crisis right now. You look at the stats. Which
So it's not. So we're still in a crisis.
Yes. Before we were in a financial crisis. I served on the Dallas Police and Fire Pension System for 6 years. And I remember being on that board. The first day I showed up, Richard Tenema, who ran the group, he offered me a brand new iPad. This is back in end of 2011, 2012. I said no. He offered me and my wife a trip to Australia to do a due diligence trip to check out the vineyard over there, the wine vineyard.
In
I said no.
Australia?
Yes. And that whole board was nothing but corruption. And the reason the board members were going along with it, not asking the tough questions, where they were getting these trips, they were getting these gifts. And I was the first board member to call for that to end. And so with the pension system, we went through the whole process. I'm proud that we were able to save the pension system before it went under, because it would have taken down the city into bankruptcy. And so we did save it. It's rebuilding now. It's going to be a long way to get back, but that hurt our compensation package to our officers. The compensation package to our officers is really 2 parts: how much they get paid and then what their benefits are. And what they believed before was they had a gold-plated, fantastic pension. That's not the case. We know the truth now. It's at best mediocre now. And then we look at the pay for our first responders. This last budget we looked at is $48,000 per year, the lowest in North Texas we were paying our police officers and our firefighters starting pay. It was embarrassing and shameful. That's not the Dallas you know, that's not the Dallas I know, that's not the Dallas we love. And so I worked building a coalition at the council, and the powerful people were on the other side of it. Mayor Rawlings did not support the pay increase. Councilmember Jennifer Gates did not support the pay increase.
You just call the names out now, aren't you?
We just call it as is.
Okay.
And Councilmember Lee Kleiman did not support the pay increase. You should have him on the show and ask him why. But it needed to be done. I was able to build a coalition, and we passed that pay raise. And we got him to $60,000 per year, which is really needed because we were hemorrhaging officers
$60,000
for starting
starting
pay.
to risk your life. Okay.
We've got to pay competitive salaries to attract and retain officers. Then you know what else we need to do? We need to look at the areas that are stressing our officers the most. We need to have a stronger program to deal with homelessness. We can't rely on our police
So let's
officers.
let's deal with the homeless crisis. How do we solve it? How do we alleviate that situation?
A big part of it, I think, is going to be what the Salvation Army is planning to do. As you know, off of Harry Hines, the Salvation Army is planning on building a new facility, $100 million facility. That needs to happen. I support the building of the facility. That is actually the largest gift the city of Dallas is going to receive, the most meaningful gift. Because we have an issue with homelessness right now is we don't have enough shelter space. We don't have enough service providers to engage the entire homeless population in the city of Dallas. We know there's more than the bridge can handle. We know there's more than the stew pot can handle. We know we've got more than the police department can handle. We have got to bring in partners to help with this. And the Salvation Army is offering to build a brand new $100 million facility off of Harry Hines. So I support that. That will go a long way to helping with homelessness. And then we need to engage the Salvation Army in how this facility needs to be built. We need to have an on-site medical clinic. Did you know it runs so many of our ambulance drivers just every day where ambulances are doing? They're running every day to the bridge into Parkland, the bridge being the homeless center downtown. They're running to other homeless places like the Salvation Army. And some of these calls are legitimate medical emergencies we need to be there for. But other calls, many of them, are just because they're feeling sick and need to go to a doctor. And so to get to a doctor, they're calling an ambulance. That ties up our resources, ties up an entire ambulance all day just running over the bridge, running over to the existing Salvation Army facility and taking someone to Parkland. And we need to address that by making sure we've got on-site medical clinics for homelessness, so we're not taxing our resources. We need to make sure that on-site there's the right security, the right good neighbor agreement, the right police officers. So we have to look at these areas of the city of Dallas that are taxing our resources and find a way to address the issues first, because it's always the most expensive way to solve a problem is to have a police officer come out and have to solve it, or to have to bring out an ambulance if it's on an ambulance.
Now that your campaign is fully underway, there was some criticism last week regarding campaign contributions. Could you address the campaign contribution?
Yes. Obviously, as I'm a front runner in this race, all my previous campaign finance reports are being reviewed. I welcome that scrutiny. In reviewing it, the news found out that I'd received some contributions from minors. I didn't realize that at the time, and so what I did is I've got to give away the money to charity.
So minors gave to your campaign?
Yes.
How much money?
Minors gave $4,000 to the campaign.
Wow, that's quite impressive. Now, the minors in your neighborhood have a lot more money than the minors in the neighborhood.
Well, the campaign contributions didn't come from my
Oh, that was the deal. Okay.
So
okay.
so looking at that, although the campaign contributions are legal, I have really high ethical and moral standards for the campaign, and so I don't believe it's right to accept money from minors. And so I went to the family and asked them if they would like the money back, offered it back. They said no, so I'm going to donate it to a charity. Okay. And I can tell you the campaign, and this is going to be true with most campaigns, you don't have the resources to do a background check on every single contribution that comes in. We do our absolute best to screen things and look at things and find out, but we get so many contributions too that are $20, $50. If we ran a background check on every one of those individuals, we would actually lose money, just in the cost it takes and the time to run checks. So we do our absolute best. Everyone's always welcome to look at my campaign finance reports. If there's a contribution that's found in there that's questionable, please bring it to my attention. And then absolutely, always willing to return it or donate it to charity.
How much does it cost to run an effective campaign for?
Oh, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars at this time in 2021.
Million. So basically, we're talking about $1 million campaign.
At least.
Easy.
That's just how these races are. Council races, you see, vary in districts. Some councils on the low end council races are $50,000 on the low end. We've seen other council seats go up to $500,000.
Okay. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to conclude with the interview with Scott Griggs, and we will have the closing as well. We would like to thank you for tuning in to the Commiss Radio Show, and we will read some of the comments once I get my readers on, so I won't butcher anyone's name up. So I will go ahead and look into the camera, and you will see how bad I can act. So we'll be right back after this break.
The Arlington Music Hall presents 2 nights of March Jazz at the third annual Arlington Jazz Festival, March 1st and 2nd at the Arlington Music Hall, 224 North Center Street in downtown Arlington, right next to